here we are again.
Sweaty and stinky.
Yeah, because we went to run this morning and then went grocery shopping and that took forever. And we decided that if we showered, we were gonna lose the momentum of being excited to record.
And we're also really hungry, so like if we shower, then we were gonna have to make breakfast. La 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 la. So we're just gonna go straight to lunch.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna have lunch at like 11:30.
But this
is who we are. So we're gonna make a fried rice with a ton of veggies, and Tina's gonna make a
salad that I don't know what it's really going to be yet, but
it's gonna have cabbage.
Yeah, it's gonna have some cabbage. It's gonna be Asian-ish, so some sesame seeds and whatever we have in hand since we're pretty expensive.
So we're gonna go through the ingredients. You don't need all of these ingredients. I mean, you can take away or add whatever it is that you feel like. I mean, if you don't have mushrooms, you won't add mushrooms. I just feel like we just feel like this is a very great way of incorporating a ton of veggies without realizing it, I think.
Yeah, and they get crunchy and like caramelized and sweet and salty, and I think it's one of our go-to meals.
Yeah, I feel like it's so good because it's so fast and all you can do just throw everything in the pan and boom, Asian. So amazing.
Do it. We changed.
Yes,
our heads were kind of floating in the background.
And we realized a little too late. The intro was already too good.
Yeah.
So for the fried rice, the first thing I want to start doing, we're putting chicken thighs on it. You can also use chicken breast if you would like to. I just think these are more flavorful. I mean, they are. But it's just a little bit of a pain to clean them, so if you want to do chicken breast, go ahead. I already went and cut them in cubes. And I think it's important to marinate them. It doesn't have to be for an hour, 2 hours. It can be as long as 20 minutes, but you'll just start getting some flavor and salt into them. So I'm gonna do a little bit of olive oil.
Olive?
Sesame oil, because this is Asian.
Olive!
A little bit
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I know. Sesame oil. I'm gonna do the coconut aminos, which are I would say it's something like a healthier soy sauce. They just have this like sweetness to it that it's really good.
They come from the sap of the coconut.
Yeah, I was never gonna remember that.
But that means it's like this very concentrated coconut juice, to give it a name, that has amino acids. So it's very helpful, and it's soy sauce ish and as well.
So I like to use that so I don't have to use as much of my soy, although I still like to put soy because there's that saltiness to it that obviously is very characteristic of
the umami flavor.
Yeah, it's maybe the umami flavor, but it's that characteristic that nothing else really compares to, so I still put a little bit of soy. And obviously what we talked about, our Sam sauce, it's freaking amazing. And I want this chicken to be nice and golden and dark and juicy, so it's gonna be great. And I'm still gonna add just a tiny little bit of salt and pepper. We already said that the soy has some salt to it, so I'm not gonna add as much as I would. I think like like a light sprinkle, and then the salt is what's gonna marry all of the other flavors together, so you wanna make sure you put salt. This is I'm gonna set it aside until we're ready to stir fry.
I'm gonna start by toasting some sesame seeds. I'm gonna put them on the cast iron. You could also bake them if you want, but it's super quick if you just put them on a hot pan. And I'm gonna get started with the salad. The skillet is hot, so I'm gonna drop in the sesame seeds very quickly. Keep an eye on them because they burn fast. See? They're popping, so it's really hot. cabbage one more. Okay, so this is gonna be a small-ish salad because the fried rice it's gonna have a lot of vegetables already, but we still wanna have something fresh, something raw on the side. And I think that's what's important after all. Like, yes, we eat fried rice and yes, we eat a lot of things. Maybe we'll have pizza and stuff, but we always make sure to just eat something fresh that's not cooked or very processed, and that makes a difference. Fills you up, and that way you don't eat so much rice. So you have some salad, you have some rice, and it's like a happy medium.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Yeah, that's what I tell myself. I think it works. But now we're gonna ¿cómo se dice esto? Slice. I don't know.
Yes.
Shred zucchini.
Something like that.
But this is the mandolin that we always use, and I think it's so helpful. Although it almost chopped my thumb off a couple weeks ago, and I have slight PTSD from using this, but it's very helpful, especially for me that I don't know how to make thin cuts.
And how do you feel about that?
It still hurts. Look, it took like a whole 3 weeks for it to like curarse. You have to be careful when you get close, because that's
why you have this.
zucchini. Next, some pickled onions, which if you don't have pickled onions, but you should, because we're always posting them on Instagram, and it's a no-brainer, because if I do it, anyone can do it. But yeah, if you don't have pickled onions, just chop up some onions. This is just so helpful for me because I would take forever cutting them otherwise. Plus they give that tanginess, pickly flavor that Asian foods usually have. I love onions.
You can tell.
Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little bit of cilantro, and then we're gonna move on to the dressing. That was pretty quick, to be honest, and I think it's gonna be great. So what I do with the cilantro is I fold it like this, so I cut it faster. There it goes. So I'm just gonna go on a stock bag, super packed. It's gonna make for great broth. We're gonna do the dressing now, and this you can do in this little cute mortar if you have one. We're giving it more use because we had it like up in somewhere on a kitchen cabinet, and we never put it to use. But now we like have it there, and it's so useful. But if you don't have one, they also have like little ones that come like in a glass thing, but whatever. If you don't have one of these thingies, you can just blend it up or mash it. You can do it anyway. That's my point. But what I'm gonna do is put some sesame seeds, the ones I toasted. I think I'm gonna do that, and then the rest I'm gonna put them here. And I'm gonna mash these until they become like a powder. If toasted sesame seeds smell good, this is like toasted sesame seeds elevated. They're like just
something, yeah.
Yeah, like so much more toastiness comes out. Now I'm gonna add lime juice. Lime juice. I think that's enough. I was gonna do the other half. Now I'm gonna add some tahini. Pound Pike's honey, which has been our favorite lately. We already have to restock. Yeah. So the dressing is ready. This is the first time we ever make a dressing here, and I'm upset we haven't done it before because this is so good right now.
It's slightly mind-blowing.
Yeah. Simple. So I'm gonna, here I have the salad made, and I'm gonna try to get everything out of this thing because it's precious. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and toss, and I'm gonna use my hands because there's no better way to toss a salad than with your hands, in my opinion. That way you can break up the cabbage once you massage it, the fibers.
Massage.
Yes, massage. Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't know how to say that word. Massage. Once you massage, its fibers break down and it's less bitter and it's nicer to eat. Imagine if someone massaged you, it would most definitely be less bitter. So is cabbage.
I guess we have to test the theory.
Give it a little massage. Look how nice. This is nice. Wow.
Right, so now we're gonna go ahead and cut all the veggies. You can cut them beforehand. That's probably gonna work easier. I'm slowly heating up my wok because once we start, there's like no going back because this has to be at just a very high heat. You don't need to be using a wok. You can use a regular saute pan. I just really want to use that. So I'm gonna cut my veggies. This is gonna keep on heating up, and then I'm gonna turn it up to high heat after my veggies are ready. So I'm gonna start with scallions. I'm gonna take out. I like when they're thicker like this. I like to go horizontally, so that then they're just skinnier, or thinner, and just chop away. Like right here. And if you want it to be fancy, you can go like slightly to the side and get the diagonal cut. I'm sorry, I'm from like Scotland.
Sort of though.
You look Scottish. There you go. You could reserve some, which I will, to put it on top after it's all done. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in a bowl. Pepper, top, bottom, and sideways, and take all the middle. Mushrooms. Carrots.
This carrot shredding is not going so well.
Yeah, I kind of gave up on the idea already. Yeah, they're not. It's not working. It's not working. Anyways, I have kind of enough. I hope. Carrots are going to the bowl. These weird freaking pieces. It would have been faster to cut it by hand at this point. And the two last things that I'm gonna do is the bok choy, which has to be washed. Probably do all of it. It's not that big. and I feel like it kind of disappears when you saute it.
So what does bok choy taste like?
Bok choy tastes like a marriage in between something like spinach and cabbage-ish.
It tastes like lettuce to me.
Okay, yeah, the top part is like lettuce, but this part,
lettuce, spinach,
like this little, what's it called, this stem, or like the root, or the light area. I like to separate it by the leaves and the roots. Oh my god, we have a mess. But, so this, I'm gonna cut first, and it's gonna go with my heartier veggies that I put in that bowl, and then the leaves I'm gonna put them aside so that they can go in at last, and so they don't wilt and go ugly. But yeah, I just feel like this bottom part almost, I don't even know, like it says Swiss chard. I mean, it's like a cabbagey-ish family, this bottom part. They're like very fibery, or almost like celery, that where it tastes like something but not quite, you know what I mean? Like it's very watery.
Thank you for the 3-minute explanation. It took forever to explain.
Well, I don't know what it, like, how else to explain it. I was trying to gather my thoughts.
Like you kept on going. I'm like, okay, I guess we're gonna keep on going about bok choy forever.
Whatever. I guess you want to learn more about bok choy, you should eat it. And my leaves, which I'm just gonna roughly chop. Last but not least, I'm gonna do a little bit of cilantro because I feel like it just adds a lot of flavor. And at this point, or for this use, I don't want to trim any of the stems out, just because, I mean, they don't bother me, they don't bother anybody, right? And they actually have a lot of flavor too. I try to, sometimes I save all the stems instead of putting them for stock. I save all the stems together and I put them away and then blend them and create a sauce from there, or create a marinade, or just do something along those lines, because the stems still has a lot of flavor. So let's move it aside for the finish.
Finish what?
Well, when we finish the plate, then it's gonna go on top. Okay, so this is gonna go on high heat. I'm gonna add a little bit of the sesame oil, make sure that my pan is hydrated. At the end of the day, it is a stir fry. You see how there's some smoke going? I just wanna distribute it, hydrate all of it. And the very first thing you want to do, if you're using the chicken, do the chicken first. Otherwise, you would just go ahead and go and do the veggies at once. But you don't want to put everything at once, because otherwise the wholeness of this is going to break down this little mash, and it's not going to work out. Pick at them and how they are like that's what you want, you know, golden over. This is not gonna be cooked all the way through. All I want to do is get some color and take them right out. All of this left, I could add a little bit more oil, but I don't really want to. All I'm gonna do is go ahead and put my veggies. And when I do that, I'm gonna add a little bit of the coconut aminos. And some soy. I also think this gives it another flavor layer underneath all of this, so it's, I don't know, I think it's great to just add that little bit of spicy-ish to it that ginger gives it. So, and then it's that type of thing that people don't know what it is, and well, it's the ginger. Now I'm gonna add my cooked rice. It's even better if it's like in the fridge. Like I love to do this when we have old rice and we don't have anything to do with it. I'm gonna do actually all the rice. We're gonna have fried rice for like 3 days. I'm gonna break it up. At this point, I want to add my eggs. I'm going to make like a well right in the middle. So I made the one in the center. I'm going to put my egg right over there. My other egg. And then that's going to get. The name of this game is what? Speed. Speed, that's what I was gonna say. So you want it like that, but you don't want like really scrambles. No, it's just. To explain. Oh, this is ready, but some pieces of my chicken were a little too big, and so they're like they're a little iffy. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer until they cook. With the whole steam going on. And Sam sauce is coming through nicely. Now we're gonna place. Ready. So for fried rice breakfast. Pro tip: use tongs to serve your salad. It's a trick Yami taught me. And whenever I'm not too lazy, I use them. If not, I just use my fork. But I'm gonna try to make it pretty. Trying to make it pretty. Fried rice thing. I'm pretty quite damn delicious. It's Sarawada. Sarawada. Oh, thank God, it's Sarawada. I'm just gonna say that you're adding a little bit of salt here, you're adding a little bit of salt and the rice, and then you're gonna have to add a little bit of salt to your veggies when they're frying. So it's just